strange number, and I'm on the I put my phone number, including my parents' phone number, on this list to not be messaged and called by unusual numbers or telemarketers and things like that. But I keep getting this message for days. I've been getting this message, stop, and it comes from. It says each time it says it's sent to me and 20 other people. And there's another one it shows. I'm not showing the names or anything, but there's another one that it shows. It says stop, 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 stop. It's sent 7 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 this time. And it is sent 4 times this time. So 11 times in all. And it says stop. And they sent it at 53, 54, 56, and 1:11, 12:56, and then 1:11 p.m. I don't know what that's about, but it just keeps saying stop. And I will say that it has this person has a very similar phone number to mine, except the first several digits are wrong. And they sent it to 19 recipients. And it's almost like they're sending it to all people with the last 4 digits or whatever similar of my phone number. But they just got everything off and kind of scrambled the numbers. Everything's all, but the first several numbers are wrong completely. But why do they keep sending me this message? Also, thank you to Photo Helix for shouting me out in your video and saying your kind words about me. And thank you to everyone. I was told my weather prediction video was spot on, and I just went on a hunch. I just went on a strong feeling that I had regarding the weather information that I feel is being given to me, or something that I wasn't looking at the radar or any type of climatic predictions. I was just going on a hunch and a feeling. And as I would talk about it, dates would come into my mind and numbers of certain dates for certain temperatures and thoughts and feelings. It's almost like a oneness or a connection with nature. I thought, and interestingly, here's another interesting thing, is one YouTuber told me that here is a strange thing. She said, I've already made that video months ago for her, or last month, for her. But I never did. She said this exact video that I just made and posted yesterday was already made by me already. And I have no recollection of making a video like that, because she said it was exact. And yet I just made it yesterday. And that must be one of those shifts. I don't know if it's another version. I don't know if something's I don't know. I can't see. When you get into the spirituality of this phenomenon, and then you get into, it's we know the Lord's coming, we know this is happening, we know the new age, we know this is happening right now, we know, but then we still have more questions, and maybe we'll be shown the truth and what's going on very soon. But it's very confusing. It is very confusing, and when you just suddenly jump into this phenomenon, if someone's new to it, it's going to get quite perplexing. And I just hope many more people wake up to it and realize this is happening. Maybe it's to open people's eyes. I don't know. But I do know we are shifting. There are shifts in reality. And I just want to talk about some weird number keeps messaging me, stop. And I was wondering if anyone else is getting that. I started getting that recently. And you can't seem to get rid of it. You can't seem to stop it. Ironically. But yeah, my weather prediction video, I just went out on a limb, so to speak, and just kind of I told what I felt and what I've been feeling, and I do feel this is a repeat of 2011 and 2012 as well. A very similar scenario. And I got updates. Mama was telling me what the news was saying. They're saying that this is going to be the worst storm since the one in the 90s that hit Florida, which ravaged Florida. It ravaged Florida. It was awful what happened. Hopefully that's not true, but they're stating prepare, because this is going to be the worst hurricane to hit Florida since that one in the 90s. Category 4 when it hits land. It will be, and then there's another forming behind it. So it will be quite devastating if it tracks out in current predictions. But yeah, I just made a prediction, just estimating, just guessing. Just basically just feeling. A feeling. Maybe it's because of my connection with nature and connection with everything. Maybe something is, who knows, maybe my calling is meteorology. I don't know. I wouldn't want to go through all of that, the science and math and all of that you have to go through. See, I did good in algebra. I did good in some sciences. And I like physics and some astrophysics and space, but when it comes down to all that deep equation stuff, I was good at quadrilaterals. I was pretty good at, doing the Pythagorean theorem, and I was pretty good at some of the things in math and science. I wound up having 107 and then 104 in my algebra 1 and 2 classes, I think. But when it came down to, in geometry, I did pretty good. I think I made a 93 exactly in geometry, so it was exactly an A in geometry, but when I was in high school. But when it came down to, when they started talking about trig, but I never did have to take that, but when they started talking about having to take 7 or 8 science classes in college and all of that, I went, I don't know, I just can't. And then it made me nauseated, sick, and I'd black out, I'd get sick and dizzy, and never was able to go to college. But maybe someday, and maybe I'll find a path or a career path that matches me. I really do enjoy predicting and telling the weather and studying it, and I feel things strongly. I'm able to tell what's going to happen or go on based on a hunch. But, you really can't just be in meteorology and go on a hunch. But it's interesting how these things came true for me. I predicted April, May, June, and July's weather. And my predictions all came true. And I stated that it would be, I stated the warm and then the cool trends, and then warm and cool trends, and then the heat waves and things. I predicted them and they came true. And I was like, well, maybe I should go ahead and give my winter prediction I've had since July. Actually, earlier than that, but I made I wrote things down back in July that I thought was going to happen, but I never did. I just kind of scratched it and said, well, I'll just wait. Then I wish I'd have just went ahead and told it, but I never did in this existence, or whatever. The other people say they remember me doing it, but I never did. And I've had live streams that happen. People did live streams, and I would say, man, this whole thing has already happened. It was an ASMR live stream this other person did, and the entire thing I witnessed, and I knew exactly every move they were going to make and everything they were going to do. But it had just taken place. It was live. And I said, didn't you already do this? They said, no, they didn't. So I knew every move they were going to make. I wish I'd recorded it all. I think I recorded a couple of them, but the card got corrupt. But anyway, it just became corrupt. There's so much going on, and I'd like to know why this number keeps saying stop. Maybe it's nothing, but maybe it's a hacking situation. I don't know. Excuse me. Maybe it's a hacking situation. I'm not sure. There's a lot of stuff going on. I'll make a video about that hurricane in a moment that's supposed to hit Florida. I love you all. I'm going to talk about several other things. It's if your eyes have been opened to the Mandela effect, this phenomenon, which too many people label as a conspiracy theory, because I hate that term, because that particular terminology puts everything in the same category, and they act like you're the tinfoil wearing nut job or something. And that's not so nuts after all, really, when you think about all the signals and waves going through the atmosphere, going through the air, and the things that they're doing to us right now. 5G. Quantum technology that can make billions of calculations per second. I mean, it's not insane. We're made to look insane, but it's not. I mean, they act like, some people think, oh, you can't function in society and be spiritual. You can't function in society and believe in God and Jesus Christ, the Holy Spirit. Yes, you can. But it says you'll be discriminated for His name's sake. You will be hated for His name's sake. Because He exists, so shall we. And I remember that being in the Bible, but I can't find it. Because He exists, so shall we. I can't find that verse. Maybe that's an ME. I remember a statement. I remember another statement that says, it stated that in him all things hold together. That inside him all things are. That's an interesting verse also. You think about the multiverse. Universe looking like a brain cell. Each universe being a brain. I think that's a possibility. But maybe it's not. Maybe that's not what it is. But it's interesting to think about. And then you've got quantum computing. And then you've got all of these things we have happening. CERN, the Large Hadron Collider. And then the prophecy that he shall think to change the times and laws. But if he's doing that soon, wouldn't that be happening now? And those of us who are aware and awake seeing the effects of it? Think about that one. The chosen seeing the effects? Who knows? We're all sinners. Without that sacrifice, that ultimate sacrifice, we have nothing. We don't. That's true. And I have my lapses in faith because I know to get up here and say that I'm this, that, or the other, that would be a sin, because to say that I don't have my lapses in faith, because I do. We've all had our lapses in faith. A crisis of faith. Existential crisis. We've had crisis in faith. I've had mine. Saying, man, this is all just crazy. Maybe I need to abandon my thought of the Mandela effect. Maybe I need to abandon all this stuff. Just forget about it. Then I'm like, no, wait a minute though. What am I thinking? What am I saying? And it comes back. If that darkness tries to take its toll on you, and you got to come back out of it. What I'll do in life, what path I'll take, I don't know. I don't know how I'll handle a job or hold a job. If anyone decides to donate in the future, I appreciate that. That helps out. That would help out. But right now, I'm just so proud to have the viewership and the love that is sent to me. And I hope things get better for us. May the Lord bless us. There's going to be some crazy times. A lot of us talk about, we're shifting to the higher state of consciousness. If you watch my Starseed video, you'll know that those things have happened to me since I was a child. I didn't just willy-nilly make it up. I didn't just come upon it and be persuaded by something I was reading. I read it, and it matched what I was like since childhood. And someone said, you can't believe in the Lord and believe that. Well, I do. I believe without Him, there is no Redeemer, no salvation, no forgiveness. He's forgiver of sins, Lord and Savior. I'm confessing that now online, right now. Right now, I confess that. Yes, I still have my lapses in faith at times. I have and probably still will. Because the chemicals in my brain cause a conscious reaction in my mind to cause me to get negative and wind up causing these crises in faith or these lapses in faith. That happens to all of us. It makes us human. To err is human, right? To err is human. But to be aware, to be in the now. I had a dream last night that was quite interesting, but I'll share that in another video. I think I'm going to make 2 more videos here, really quickly. One on the weather, that storm, hurricane that's about to hit Florida. Batten down the hatches and prepare for that one, if you live in that area. And prepare for some tropical systems to come forward from that to hit Louisiana, Georgia, Alabama, Tennessee, those surrounding areas. It'll spread out and hit as a tropical system of rain. Be prepared probably next week, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Rain, probably. Maybe not. Maybe it'll dissipate. But I'll make a video on that hurricane regarding that, and then I'll make a video on my dream last night. I wish I'd written the entire dream down because it's fading now. But anyway, peace, much love. Don't know what this number is all about. They keep texting me, and you can't ban them or remove them. They just don't stop. They keep saying stop. Peace, much love. signing out.